Hi, welcome to today's Power Flow. For today's practice, you may want 2 blocks or a shoebox. Thick, sturdy book will work just fine. And we're gonna get started in a reclined position. So starting in broken bridge, soles of the feet will press into the mat. Hips, shoulders, head, all supported here. Hands resting on your belly to start. Feet should be at about hip distance. Knees pointing up towards the ceiling. And then starting here with a little core engagement, we'll be working on a lot of balancing shapes, which inherently uses a lot of core work. So first hug the knees towards your chest, and then slowly drop your toes down to touch the mat. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, toes touch the mat. Goal here is to keep your low back, really your entire back, pressing into the mat. Continue working at your pace for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with knees lifted. And then hands can come behind the thighs or around the shins. We'll rock and roll up to a seated position. Making your way here, you'll roll over your ankles to a hero's pose. I prefer a block at its wide setting between my heels, hips lower down. If this feels too tight in the front of your knees, you are more than welcome to take an easy seat. Hands come to your heart. On an inhale, open your arms for cactus, heart pulls forward. Exhale, round, bringing not only palms, but elbows together, really rounding the spine. Inhale, open for cactus. Exhale to rounds. Give yourself a few more rounds of breath here, working at the pace that feels good for you. Spending extra time in either spot if it feels extra nice. One more round, we'll pause next time you come to cactus. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the knees, neutral spine. Then shift your weight forward, releasing the block. Come to a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop your belly and lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, press away from the mat. Giving yourself a few cat-cows here, or adding in any other movement that feels good to warm up your spine. We'll pause next time you come to neutral. Crown of the head presses forward, belly button pulls towards the spine. Inhale, extend right leg long behind you, toes flexed, lifted off the mat. Left arm reaches forward. Inhale here. Exhale, draw knee to elbow. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Few more rounds here. I'll count time for 10. Not counting your reps, just marking our time here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with arm and leg extended away from each other. Left hand comes back to the mat. Bend your right knee. Sole of the foot presses up to the sky. Lift your heel and then lower. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower right knee back to the mat. Shift your hips side to side here for a moment. And then other side, come back to neutral. Left leg extends long. Get your base here first. Then right arm reaches forward. Inhale, fingertip and toes reach away from each other. Exhale to draw together. Inhale, extend, finding that length. Exhale, come together. Keeping your core engaged throughout this movement. Counting time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with arm and leg reaching away from each other. Right hand comes back to the mat. Back knee bends. Then press the sole of the foot up towards the sky. Little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Left knee comes back to the mat. Walk your hands forward about a handprint. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips for downward facing dog. Pressing into both hands equally. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hang heavy. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet and reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat, elbows graze the ribs, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the heart for cobra. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, press up to plank, toes or knees. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, 10 count of mountain climbers. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and plank. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, hands into thighs or shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root through your feet, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, fold, head hangs heavy. Inhale, half lift, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale and plank, press away from the mat. Exhale, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, heart pulls forward. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward. 10 count of mountain climbers here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and plank. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, crown of the head presses forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root down, then reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank on toes or knees. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra, heart pulls forward. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward. 10 count of mountain climbers. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, chair, hips down and back. Inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, meet back and down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to the sky. Exhale, warrior one. Right foot between your hands, back foot in and out at 45 degrees. Arms frame your face. Inhale here. Exhale, shift your weight forward, balancing stick. Hands come by your hips, back toes lift. Exhale, back to warrior one. Do that twice more. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, back to warrior one. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Warrior one, back foot in and out at 45 degrees, arms lift. Inhale here. Exhale, balancing stick. Inhale to shift back. Exhale, balancing stick, or like the Titanic pose is what I would think. One more round. Pausing in warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, chair, hips sink down, fingertips lift. Draw your hands to heart center. Now we're gonna slow things down here pace-wise, but the intensity's still there. Inhale, lift your heels off the mat. You might stay right here. Heels can even stay lowered, building strength that way. Or begin to lower your hips towards your heels for toe stand. Pausing anywhere along the way, particularly where your knees tell you to. Heels stay lifted. Inhale, open your arms for cactus. Exhale, back to center. Keep your heels lifted. Slowly begin to press up. Moving nice and slow, staying on those toes. Maybe arms lift. Exhale, heels drop, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hips down and back for chair. Draw your hands to heart center. You can stay here. Lift your heels. Start to lower your hips. Coming down for toe stands, knees begin to track forward. Again, listening to where your body needs to pause. Wherever you are, inhale, open for cactus. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, keep those heels lifted. Slower you go, the more you're building that strength. Arms extend. Exhale, heels to the mat, hands to heart. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hips down and back for chair. Choosing to stay here or go through that toe stand sequence. Lift your heels off the mat. Slowly lowering. Taking your time. Pausing where you need to. Wobbling and wiggling as needed. Inhale, open for cactus. Exhale, back to center. Keep the heels lifted. Last round. Nice and slow. Pressing up. Full extension. Heels lower, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, arms reach up. Look up if it feels okay in the neck. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to the sky, toes stay dialed down, three-legged dog. Now take your time here. Exhale, you're lowering left knee to the mat, keeping your back heel lifted. Slowly lower, chin and chest towards the mat. Press back up, then press back to three-legged dog. That's one, we're gonna do 5. Lowering down, working at your pace, I should say. So if that means you're only getting 3 or taking some breaks in between, That is totally fine. You're matching my pace or close to it. 2 more left. Holding in down dog is also another way to build that strength, particularly in your shoulders. Meeting in 3-legged dog when you're ready. Right foot comes back to the mat. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale for plank jacks. Feet hop out, back in for a count of 10. You can always do 1 foot at a time if that feels less drawing on your knees. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hips up and back. Exhale here. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach towards the sky. I think I had an extra. Exhale, hands to heart center. It's okay, we'll give our shoulders a break. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. This time, plant your hands, step back to plank position. Beautiful. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Toes stay pointed down. Then nice and slow, right knee lowers to the mat. Bend the elbows, keeping them hugged into the side body. Press back up, back to 3-legged dog. 4 more at your pace. Really focusing here, staying intentional with that back leg movement and keeping your elbows hugged in as you press down. I have 1 more after this. Working with ya. Press back to 3-legged dog. Left foot comes to meet right down dog. Inhale, shift forward. 10 count of plank jacks here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause the feet together. Hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, a half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Weight shifts to your right foot. Bend your left heel towards your glute, almost like a quad stretch. Then extend left leg long behind you. Arms lift up towards the sky, or hands can be at your heart if your shoulders are needing a break. 10 count of lunge pulses. Lowering back knee to tap or hover, then extending here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause in crescent. Draw your hands to heart center if they aren't already there. Shift your weight forward, either to that balancing stick or warrior 3. So balancing stick, you're a little more lifted. Warrior 3, crown of the head's forward. You can use your blocks here under your hands for stability. 10 count of 1 leg squat pulses. So bending that standing knee, then extending. Counting time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing next time you're lifted. Bend into your front knee, return to crescent. Step to the top of the mat, hands at heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up, find that extension. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Other side, weight shifts towards your left foot. Right heel pulls towards that glute, pausing here first. Then extend right leg long behind you. Arms can be lifted or at your heart. 10 count of those lunge pulses. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come to heart if they aren't already there. Shift forward for your balancing shape. Balancing stick or warrior 3. Get to your base here first. Then bend that standing leg here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Bend into your front knee. Return to crescent. Step forward. Hands to your heart. Tadasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Maybe a small smile comes to your face. However the balancing went, you made it through it. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Starting from this Tadasana once again, shift your weight to your left foot. This time, bring your right foot off the mat, toes are flexed. So knees in front of you, standing balance. Then again, pace here is slow. You'll extend into either balancing stick or warrior 3, hinging forward just a bit more. And then return to standing balance. Keeping that foot lifted if it's available. Shifting to balancing stick or warrior 3. Pause there for a moment. Return to standing balance. Keep that foot lifted. One more. We'll pause this time in balancing stick or warrior 3. Hands can be at your heart. Then bring them towards the mat or the blocks if the mat feels really far away. Adding in some more squats here. Inhale, bend your standing leg. Right knee taps left calf. Then extend long. These are called Shiva squats. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here with back heel lifted. Right foot comes to meet left, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, airplane arms, squeeze the back. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, weight towards that right foot. Left foot lifts off the mat, standing balance, toes flexed, knee is bent. As you're ready, slowly extend into balancing stick or warrior 3. Pausing wherever you are. Then slowly return to standing balance. Taking your time, wobbling and wiggling. Next breath, left leg extends behind you. Taking your balancing shape of choice. Return to standing balance. Last time, shifting here. And extend the leg behind you. Balancing stick or warrior 3. Pause here with hands at the heart. Then hands come to blocks or the mat. Lifting that back heel just a bit higher. Add in those Shiva squats. Bend the standing leg, back knee taps calf. And extend here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause with back heel lifted. Left foot comes to meet right, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, airplane arms. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, root through your feet, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. This is what I'd like to call, a best of sequence. We'll throw some movements from each one of those sequences together here before we get into some floor work. You've got it. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, sweep right leg to sky. Exhale, lower left knee to the mat. One tiger push-up, so lowering chin and chest to mat. Extend tall, left leg extends. Right foot comes between your hands. Inhale, arms lift for crescent. Exhale, lower the back knee. Just a 5 count of these crescent pulses here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing when you're lifted. Hands come to heart center. Hinge forward. Warrior 3 or balancing stick. Pause here for a moment. Back toes point towards the mat. Hands come to blocks or mat. 10 count of Shiva squats. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend into your front knee and return to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Yogi's choice, 10 count of mountain climbers or plank jacks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause here. Exhale, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Exhale, bend right knee, lowering down, chin and chest towards mat. Extend back up, 3-legged dog. Left foot between the hands. Inhale, arms lift. 5 count of crescent pulses here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause when you're lifted. Hands come to heart. Hinge forward. Your balancing shape. Back toes point down towards the mat. Get your base here first. Hands to block or mat. 10 count of Shiva squats here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back heel is lifted. Taking care of yourself. This might not be the most graceful transition. Bend the front knee, then find crescent. Hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale and plank. 10 count of plank jacks or mountain climbers here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and plank. Last round, chaturanga or the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Great time to pause, grab a drink of water. Giving yourself a moment. When you're ready, shift your weight forward. Plank here on toes or knees. Moving nice and slow, we're gonna bring in some shoulder taps. So left hand lifts, touch right shoulder. Left hand plants. Right hand lifts, touch left shoulder. Doing your best to keep your hips stable here. Almost imagining you have like a cup of coffee planted on your back for some reason. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause in plank. Lower down to forearm plank, so hip stays lifted. Walk your toes in as you lift your hips. Dolphin pose. So very similar to down dog, but forearms press into the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your toes away from you once more, returning to that forearm plank. Slowly, knees lower to the mat if they aren't already there. Hips lower to the mat. Heart lifts. Making our way to Sphinx. You might adjust your forearms just a bit. Elbows press into the mat. Palms can press into the mat or hands clasp. Low body is soft. If this feels too intense in your low back, I like bringing a block at whatever height works for you under the chin. Then you walk your arms forward so your shoulders aren't really scrunching up towards the ears. Finding the height that feels good in your low back. Give yourself a few more rounds of breath here. When you're ready, press, or I should say lower forehead to the mat, then press back towards a child's pose. Knees can be as wide or as narrow as feels good for you. Arms reaching forward. On your next breath, walk your hands in, lifting your upper body out of the shape. Heels walk out from under your seat. Then legs extend long in front of you. Starting here at a staff pose. So we have a long upper body, squeezing the shoulder blades just a bit. Hinge forward from your hips first, then fold forward, seated forward fold. Hands can rest on toes, ankles, calf, doesn't matter. Focusing on heart pulling towards the thighs. Some bodies feel better with a little bend to the knees, or even bring your forearms under the knees. Checking in with what feels best in your low back. Giving yourself a few rounds of breath there. Focusing here on slowing that pace of the breath. Next 2 inhales and exhales are just slightly longer than the previous ones. When you're ready, slowly lift upper body out of the shape. And then bringing soles of the feet to the mat. Now that our heart rate slowed just a bit, hate to do it too, but we're gonna add in a little core work here before we lower down. Heels can stay on the mat or lift, arms reaching forward. Gonna take row the boat here, so hands come to one side and then the other. If you're feeling real fancy, you can point your toes. Not feeling that fancy. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause in boat. Then extend or lower soles of the feet to the mat. Heart pulls towards your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend your legs long in front of you, keeping just a bit of engagement as we lower down. First, arms reach forward like you're reaching for something. Then slowly keep your heels, calves, thighs pressing into the mat. Slowly lowering down. Eventually, arms come overhead. Nice good morning stretch. Everything's long. Then hug your knees into your chest, hands up to the knees. Press your low back into the mat. Maybe roll out your ankles here. If you're anything like me, your ankles and knees had a lot of pops and cracks during this practice, so just give them a little love. Then soles of the feet lower to the mat. Hands by your hips, palms press into the floor. Lifting for bridge here. Inhale, soles of the feet press into the mat, hips lift. Exhale, lower down. Do that another round, this time holding a bit longer. Inhale to lift. Full round of breath here, glutes engage. Exhale to lower. You're welcome to stay lowered, or I'll take us through one more round, holding a bit longer this time. Inhale, lift. Can stay here or interlace your fingers, pressing knuckles towards the heels, maybe walking shoulders under your body just a bit more. Squeeze the glutes. Play here, maybe right leg lifts, pointing your toe towards the front of the room. Right foot back to the mat. Left foot lifts, point your toe to the front of the room. Back to the mat. Inhale, right leg lifts, toe points to the sky. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, left leg lifts, toe points to the sky. Back to the mat. Slowly lower down. Everything rests here. Arms come out to a T or a cactus shape. Shift your hips a bit to the right. Knees fall to the left. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. Allowing your breaths here, continuing to slow. Next, inhale, draw back to center. Shift your hips to the left this time, knees to the right. Maybe gaze over that left shoulder. Recline supine twist on the other side, allowing your body to soften. Inhales and exhales to lengthen. Next, inhale, come back to center. Then hug your knees into your chest, feeling that low back press into the mat, hands on your shins. Last active shape, everything squeezes, forehead up towards the knees, tight yogi hug. Then extend into Shavasana. Legs extend long, arms hang heavy. Imagining with each breath, a different part of your body softens just a bit more. Your only job is to breathe. Reminding ourselves this pose is just as important as all that other movement we did today. And I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Body can remain still. If it feels good and is available to you today, you are more than welcome to stay in this place of rest. If it's time to close out your practice, You might start by deepening your inhales and exhales. Add in the gentle movement that feels good to wake up your body. You might rock your head side to side, roll out your wrists or ankles. Even building to a nice good morning stretch, fingertips overhead, toes opposite direction. And taking your time, make your way to a fetal position on either side. Pausing there for a round of breath or two, just to feel the floor, the mat beneath you supporting you. Enjoying a moment of stillness before you press up to a comfortable, easy seat. Eyes can stay soft or closed. Feeling into some gratitude. You made time for yourself today and honored your body with movement and with rest, allowing that importance to sink in. We'll close with a collective breath. Can exhale to prepare. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.